In the dusty, sun-scorched village of Umakporo lived Edeora, a striking young woman with skin like rich mahogany and eyes that mirrored the river after rain. Edeora was known not just for her beauty, but for her strength. Her mother had died when she was 13, and her father, a broken farmer, soon fell ill. She sold vegetables at the market, swept homes, and mended clothes to survive, but one thing set Edeora apart: her dreams. Every night she dreamt of another life, one where she wore fine wrappers, walked in tiled courtyards, and spoke before kings. She would wake with a deep sigh, then return to pounding yam and fetching water. Trouble came like a whirlwind. Her father's sickness worsened. The herbalist said only a rare root from the hills of Nibu could cure him, and it cost money they didn't have. One morning, the village elders summoned Edeora and her father. Sitting among them was Ojugo, a bitter widow known for matchmaking the desperate. She had come with an offer. "There is a man," she said, "a poor palm wine tapper from the next village, named Obina. He has no family, no wealth, just a mud house and 2 goats. But he is willing to marry Edeora and care for her father." Edeora protested. "How can I marry a man I do not know?" Her father's voice trembled. "My daughter, I do not have long. Do this for me." With heavy heart and dry eyes, Edeora agreed. She left her home with a stranger who lived deeper in poverty than she had ever known. Obina lived in a crumbling hut at the edge of Onwokpa forest. He was kind but mysterious. He rose before dawn, disappeared into the forest, and returned with baskets of fruit, herbs, and sometimes meat. Though he claimed to tap wine, he never beat her, never raised his voice. But he never told stories either. He watched her, studied her, as though memorizing every detail of her soul. Edeora, though reluctant at first, began to see goodness in him. When her father died, Obina stayed at her, holding her hand in silence through every tear, but the village mocked her. Beautiful Edeora, married to a man who cannot even afford a wrapper. They laughed, she bore it. She was used to mockery. One night, Edeora awoke and did not find Obina beside her. Curious, she followed his footsteps into the forest. She trailed him under moonlight until she reached a hidden path leading to a glittering cave. She gasped. Inside, Obina knelt before a great golden stool, surrounded by guards in emerald cloth. He rose, his voice commanding. "Regal, my time in exile ends soon," he said. "Let them think I am a nobody. Let my enemies believe I am dead. When the eclipse comes, I will return." Edeora's breath caught. She had married a king. She ran home before she was seen. The next morning, she confronted him. "You are not who you say you are." Obina's expression didn't change. He sat, staring at the fire. "I am the rightful king of Ibrahim," he said finally. "My uncle usurped my throne and killed my family. I survived by hiding in the forest for 5 years. The elders loyal to me kept my kingdom's secret safe. Why didn't you tell me?" Edeora whispered, "I needed someone who would love me without the crown." Her knees weakened. Everything she believed had shifted. The man mocked by the world was born to rule. On the day of the eclipse, Obina vanished. Rumors spread like wildfire. Some said he had gone mad. Others claimed he was eaten by lions, but Edeora knew better. A week later, trumpets echoed across the hills. Warriors marched through Omakporo, carrying banners of blue and gold. At the front rode Obina, no longer in rags, but in fine robes, his head crowned with bronze and ivory. He rode straight to the market square where Edeora sold vegetables. Before the crowd, he knelt. "You married a poor man. Will you now be queen?" Edeora's eyes welled with tears. "I married a king in rags. I will love him in robes." Edeora became queen of Uberan. She never forgot her roots. She built schools in Umakporo, gave jobs to widows, and made Obina promise he would never let pride silence truth. Together, they ruled with compassion, wisdom, and mystery. People came from far and wide to hear the tale of the girl who was forced to marry a poor man, not knowing he was king. And every time the moon turned red during the eclipse, they would tell her story again.